Okay, I'm back. It stopped after 11 minutes and 29 seconds. I don't know if that's because it's beyond the size. Maybe it is, because I got this in pretty high quality video. It gives me more to work with when I'm editing. So, and I just I got an S22 coming because my contract came up and I get a leased phone and all that. So, but I was giving this one back because I have the give back program, but I'm almost regretting that, because this thing here, you know, I can film with that plus the other one, because I'm finding it's easier to deal with the phones than the GoPro. The GoPro is just a nightmare. So let's get that heater back on. Anyways, I know I'm all over the place, so I'm going to get this wood stove situation rectified, because, you know, then I'm not going to, you know, have to be running around getting my propane stuff put together, because that's for my ice fishing if I can ever get out. My ATV is still down, but happiness has occurred. Where is my happiness? Where did I put my happiness? Okay. Can't remember where I put it now. What I just touched there. My parts came in for the grizzly, but I've lost them already. Yeah. What the fuck? Hang on, man. I'll be back here. I know they're here somewhere. I just can't remember where I put them. Somewhere. It's because I moved everything around in the dark. Now, for Christ's sakes, eh? Hey, you look at that. Rain has melted, of course. Well, let me come back. I don't want to stay off camera for too long. Oh, fuck, right here in front of me. Of course. Anyways, this was the part I broke, for if anybody had paid attention. This is the belt side of my Grizzly ATV. And when the belt broke, it broke a hole right here. Just phew, nice big hole. So I'm like, well, I'm not going to run her like that. Of course, oh, sorry, this was upside down. It was, yeah. Oh no, I showed you the right place, eh? Yeah, sorry. Here, where this bolt hole goes. Well, yeah, where this bolt hole goes through here. See it there? Anyway, it broke it there. So I'm like, fuck. So anyways, well, there's going to be some money. And then this guy that does used ATV parts in Edmonton had this on sale for 40 bucks. Now, 40 bucks, and then it was like 50 some bucks for delivery. So about 100 bucks, but that's pretty damn cheap. And it even came with the gaskets for it, and they're new. So no problems there. So anyway, we'll probably have the grizzly back. Now that brings me back around here to this part of the conversation is, so I finally, I had to go into 8 years of debt. I'm still kind of freaked out about it, but there's a lot of points to it. That 2014 I had where I smashed up the deer smashed into it, and it was taken out to a place about an hour east of here. This is the Wawanisa story, if you've looked at it. And they brought it back. At first they were going to fix it. Then the appraisal came back from CarStars out on Highway 7 in Perth there. And they were like 20-some thousand to fix it. They're not going to be able to get OEM parts because of the parts shortages, blah, 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 blah. Other than that, the truck's in perfect shape. So, nope, they're not going to do that. Their insurance calls me back, says, we're going to write it off. We're offering you this amount. Well, the amount they offered, if it had been in any other situation where we still owed money, like that kind of money on the truck, which we do not, like there's the amount owing still on the loan is what they're offering to basically pay off. I mean, I'm even up about $400 or $500. Now, if that hadn't been the case, I'd be like, well, no, you gotta give me enough money to replace what I had with whatever's on their lot. I would have, argued that one. Anyways, I didn't have to do that because essentially it came down to is okay, well, that pays off the loan. We're out of that one. So now I got to get into another one. Well, that was a 2014. And it was used, but not much mileage, but in mint condition. The fellow that had it before me was a farmer, barely drove it, took care of it like no tomorrow. And it was an outdoorsman. Ram. I'm a Dodge guy. So anywho, I got that one, and then the accent. So anyways, it was like, okay, I'm going to go buy an RV, and that way I can, take you guys with me. We're going to go RVing around with the boat and the ATV. Found a really nice unit. But because of Wawanesis fluttering around, I couldn't tell this lady in Kawartha, that I wanted to buy this unit from, that any set date. And I said, like I said to her, it's like, if you're going to, she said, well, we're going to be putting it away. I said, well, that's no problem for me. But, obviously if she's going to sell it, she's going to sell it. Well, she did, and I'm happy she did it. She didn't want to be stuck with it all winter. So anyway, but the other thing is I discovered with this two-wheel drive van, now it's not the same thing as the RV, but it come down to, it's like, I can't have an RV as my primary vehicle out here. I need a 4x4. I mean, I'd be going against every argument I've ever said about living out in the bush. You need a 4x4 with good tires, decent machine. So the RV would have not been the thing. With an 80-year-old mother that I have to run to the doctors to and get groceries for, everything there, down to deal with her house and everything there. And so no, it just didn't make sense. So it kind of was good that happened. Well, Vanessa stayed me kind of making from them mistakes. I'll have to give them props for that. But they did it unknowingly. But I was in such a rush to get a vehicle, it was like, think through it, right? I'm going to buy, okay, we'll get it. I'll talk about this after. But so anyways, it was like, okay, so my buddy decides to my buddy Stefan that comes here and hunts and stuff, and he's my grow meat for weed and stuff. He needs a truck because his new construction business I helped him with has taken off like Jack the Bear's doing good. So he's selling his old Dodge, his old Ram, and he decided to lease one. So I checked the leasing. And it was like, oh, well, the leasing is a bit cheaper, blah, 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 blah. Well, Hinton, where I go to, said, forget this leasing. We can give you a better deal on financing, and your payments will be about the same, but you're going to have a brand new truck with a full warranty and da-da-da-da. And I'm like, okay, what's these new trucks called? Warlock. I'm like, oh, fuck me. What a stupid name for a, outdoorsman tow package kind of truck, It's a higher sitting truck, and I don't like the tires are coming on it, but once I wear them off, I'll put on some decent 10 plies. But anyway, the tires will be good for pulling. Anyways, but it also meant going in the debt for 8 years. And it's like, holy fuck, man. I've never done that before. Never bought a brand new vehicle before. I've always dealt, me and another person down the road or whatever the case was, right? And this was a big, hard, confusing thing. I don't ever want to do it again. It's the most stressful thing I think I've ever done, and I can take a lot of shit. But talking to these citizen straight people, which I'm not designed to deal with them in the first place, because I think they're all out to screw me, and they are. And so on and so on. And I mean, I wouldn't associate with these people in my private life or anything. They're not my kind of people, period. Except for the one guy I deal with, Sammy. He's different, but I understand Sammy, and I'm certain he understands me, so we're good. So anyways, by the time he wasn't here, he's overseas, but the other fellow that was there, he did the stuff for Sammy, for me, to do this deal in the truck. Well, they showed me the truck, took her for a drive, and I'm like, having the V8's going to be nice, because I want to, and I was going to say it, but I'm going to try and buy a 20-foot piece of shit RV trailer. I want to buy one like that so we can gut it, and then I want it built inside to my specs. So then, you know, with that truck, it's going to have the V8. Well, it does have the V8 in it, Hemi, and it's got the tow package, all the stuff I need for towing, and it's got the 6-foot box. It's a quad cab instead of the crew cab because I don't need a crew cab. And oh, I didn't turn this on. I got to turn the heat off first. And so I could put the, it's a 6'3" box on it, 2 inches taller than me, I guess, because I'm 6'1". So, but the ATV will now fit in there with the tailgate shut. And I bought an extension thing for the other truck because I wanted to be able to pull the boat behind it, and it was really hard without the extension. Well, now what I want to do is pull the trailer behind it with the tailgate closed on the main hitch, and then put a hitch on the back of the trailer for my aluminum boat. So, which I checked all the, you know, the list, the distance lengths and everything, and I'm totally in good there. So that's what's going to happen. So when I go tripping, we're going to go to BC next summer. I want to go see my sister, my half-sister, and her husband. They're good friends of mine. I haven't seen them like in far too long, and it's no good. And I mean, once my mother decides to check out for good, I probably will end up out there. I was really big on it before, but I keep thinking about Northern Ontario because I really like it up there, and to be away from the Great Lakes. But anyway, I don't want to make too many early things to all this. I mean, my mother could live another 20 years and could outlive me, hopefully. But anyways, there's a good chance that truck's going to be, I probably won't outlive that truck. Anyways, so yeah, I did do that deal. And the truck should be here in the next day or two. They're doing all the plate and everything for me. My insurance guy's taking care of everything. So once I get the call, I got to figure out how to get this piece of shit U-Haul van out of here and drive it down to the U-Haul, and they're right across from the dealership conveniently, and then I can go pick up the new truck. So, but there we go. So there's the new truck, and then this trailer thing, it's going to work with that good. And my salesperson friend Sammy, you know, he says, if you plan on going through the Rockies and all that out in Western Canada, he says, you're going to want the V8, not the V6. So I'm like, okay, makes sense. So, and it's built for that. And like I say, the only thing I don't like are the tires, but, you know, once I can afford to put on some good 10 plies like I had on the one that was written off, I wish I could just go get those tires, but this Warlock comes with 20-inch tires. The other Outdoorsman had 17. These got 20s with fancy rims on them. It came as a package. I didn't order anything like that. There's a lot of stuff in there I didn't order. The one thing I did say is like, hey, it's got a good sound system. He says, would you be happy with an Alpine, 9-speaker Alpine with a subwoofer? I said, does that come with the truck? He says, yeah. I said, I'd be extremely happy. That pretty much sold me right there. Because I mean, music, you know, the Wicked Tunes thing I do and all that. So, yeah, I mean, that totally attracted me. It was like, oh, fuck yeah. Now I can, you know, be booting down the road going to BC to see Helena and Chris, Vancouver Island, and, you know, I got my Led Zeppelin or, you know, whatever going, and, yeah, so I'd be digging that. And if I got the trailer and all that, I mean, I just pull over somewhere whenever I'm tired, go in, trailer, sleep, have a meal, wake up, and be on my way. So that truck is going to be there. It's going to be good and safe for my mother. It's a brand new truck, so when I got to take her to the doctors or whatever, I know she's got a brand new truck under her ass, and when I'm driving her somewhere, we know we're safe and stuff like that. I mean, I'm 60. I just turned 60 on the 19th, and she turned 81 there September 23rd, and yeah, so I mean, you know, something decent, so brand new. And it's too bad Ram is releasing, I think they're releasing the new electric one in January, or at least they're showing it at the big car show, so everything. And I was like, because I've heard a lot of good things about the Ram electric truck. It's not going to be like these other ones. This is going to be Ram tough, as we've always said. And I'm thinking, geez, I'd like to have an electric one now. But it's not the time for me to have one, because it could be a year before you get one delivered, and I don't got that time, eh? So the other option is that, hey, if they release it next year, let's say, and I have this one, like say 3 years, I'll trade it in and get an electric one, and that'll be it for gasoline. But it's actually there. See, now there's another thing, me waiting a little bit longer for an electric one. We'll see how everybody else goes through with the new Dodge the first year. Because the big thing for me is like, how far can I go and how fast can I recharge it? And I know the GMs are not coming out good. I haven't heard about the Fords, but I know that with the stuff I've been reading and seeing is that Dodge was particularly like, we're going to make sure this is, you know, so you could be towing your trailers and doing all the stuff that you want to do with it. So there's a couple running around the western states somewhere with a big fifth wheel with a GM electric. And there are some good things and some bad things. The recharge time is too long, and it runs out of power, you know, runs out of mileage quicker than they were hoping for. But the torque and the driving down the highway with the trailer is out of this world, they're saying. And I said, well, that totally makes sense. So Dodge is definitely going to have to make sure that even with a trailer on, you're going to have to get 1,000 or more kilometers. And then, you know, a charge up time, not 12 hours, got to be less than that. You know, I mean, you can learn to work around that, right? Like, okay, I'm pulling in overnight here. It's going to take 12 hours to charge. So, you know, if we pull in at 7 o'clock at night, the earliest we can leave is 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. I could live with shit like that. Especially me, I'm not in a hurry. But, so anyway, we'll see. Right now, we got this gas one, and it's good on gas. It's 20, I can't believe this for a pickup truck, but it's got some kind of eco whatever, and they're claiming 29 on the highway and 20 in the city, and I'm like, holy shit, would I ever like that? So we'll see. Technology and everything, you know. So anyhow, that's what's going on with this truck. Like I say, we'll have it in a couple of days, and I'm going to wait. I'm waiting for everybody to get off this little Christmas and New Year's holiday thing, and I'm going to start honking about getting that wood stove in here. And my other friend Greg will be ready back to work, and we're going to take this whole area out here. This is all going to come out, this whole section right here. We're going to move the kitchen sink, the new kitchen sink. We're going to move it here. This is going to become shelving and counter space. This will become new shelving, or well, counter, you know, new shelving and more shelving over on this side. This stove is going to come out. You guys can't see that, but I'll just, you can see me, I'm cooking my spaghetti. See? But can you see the stove? No. Hang on a minute here. Maybe I'm better just to switch you guys like this. See, people are going to edit shit like that out. Well, like I tell you people, I'm no Scorese yet, because that's real life. So there, see, that's one of those little stoves there. So we're going to take that out of there. We're going to move the furnace, which is underneath it, because I'm going to keep the propane furnace in here. We're going to move it underneath the new shelves here and build its own little box and everything. And then I'm going to put a full-size gas stove in here, which will run off the propane. So I'll have a proper oven that I can actually cook a full-size turkey in, you know, things like that nature. So, and then with the sink here, there'll be more shelf space over here. This table is going to come out of here, if you can see that, but it's coming out. I've got another table I'm going to be putting in that can be moved around, because this one's like stuck to the wall. The wood stove is going to be there, and of course. So the kitchen will get done in January. That's the next little section to get done, since we can't do anything outside now until, you know, next year, next spring, next summer, depending on how the weather goes at this rate. So, and that'll be. I don't know when, but we'll, you know, to turn this around that direction this way, that's the next stuff that we'll be getting done. I'm going to be pulling out on the left there. You can see where I'm pointing to. That's my dad's thing from the Army in the 60s in the States. But anyway, that whole section's coming out of there. We're just going to put straight up shelving there for like canned foods, whatever. And then that leaves on this side the bathroom, and I have not decided what to do with that. And we'll just take a little Well, I can take this out. I don't really need to take the whole tripod with me. I keep forgetting how easy it is. Okay. Yeah, this phone thing is a lot better. See, back here, I've got my grow tent back here. Now, it doesn't have to stay there, but see, I want to put the laundry machine permanently back here, hooked up to a drain and a couple of water taps, which we can just PEX in from the bathroom, which is here. So anyways, I don't really care about sleeping in here because we're going to put an addition on at some point, but I'd like to be able to take all this shit out of here, that shelving, all of it. This has got to go, all that go. Then we're just going to have this square with the bathroom here. And what we'll do is we'll move this probably into the corner. I'll put the laundry machine somewhere in over here beside the window, which makes it close to the pipes there to connect and the drain. So I can have the laundry machine back here. And I may even get a small Panda dryer to put in here. They're only a 110 one, but you know, for what I wash and how long I wash. So anyways, an update on I'll do a separate video for the weed tube, but anyway, that's my 2 proprietary strain Khalifa mints. They're well on their way. I'm back to growing the way I normally grow, so there's been no fuss. I should have never ever changed. Hello, Wally. What's going on, bud? He says, oh fuck, Dad's fucking filming again, and he's forgetting, he's swearing. YouTube shadow bans me when I swear, I think. He's like, nah, I don't care. He says, when you put the canned food out. He's right, though. I gotta wash his dishes. And the spaghetti, the hamburger to start with. We're getting ready. I gotta get ready to drain that. And then we're gonna put in sauce, and then my little mixes. It's gonna be a really meaty sauce. I don't think I'm gonna put some green peppers in, I think. I've got some celery here, but I'm making my grandmother's Spanish rice recipe too, so I'm gonna put a bunch of that in the freezer. Start stocking up my home cooked foods like I used to. And I'm not cooking like I used to, and I need to, but what I need to do is cook a bunch of it, and then like I used to, and then put it in the freezer, and then I could pull out, you know, a piece, throw it in the microwave or in this fancy air fryer or whichever, you know, because it does really good with reheating food too. That got cool already. So yeah, that's the score. So the kitchen's the next thing. That's going to be, like I said, in about 2 weeks we'll start that. In the meantime, the wood stove will be, I guess, part of the kitchen project. Guess I'll just get Greg to do it because Stefan is in another planet these days. So anyhow, yeah. So that's what's going on here at the Winterfell Hunt and Fish Camp. Ice fishing, well, I can't do anything until the ATV's fixed, which I told you about the parts. I got the parts now. I need the pickup truck so I can put it on my back of my pickup and bring it over to my friend Jamie's, who's got the nice warm garage with all the tools and toys I need. I will change everything myself. If I can't, well, then I'll just bring it by trailer back over to my friend that runs a small engine place. He can do it. But I'm pretty sure I'm okay to do it myself. As long as I got the tools, I'll be fine. It's not a huge job, and I'm going to need to buy a new belt for it anyway. So it's not a huge job to do that one. It's not like I'm splitting the cases on a motor, or you know, or completely breaking down the carburetor like that. Like, you know, if I had a shop built here, a proper shop, heated, lighted properly, you know, everything with all the tools, then I would be more apt to stay out in the garage and spend hours instead of in front of the TV and YouTubing it or something. But I'd be in the garage, you know, working on whatever I need to work on. Because then I'm a lot more patient. I'm in my own little world, and whatever I don't know, I used to the old manuals. Now everything's online, and everything is, parts are all online. So I mean, I'll even put a cheap ass laptop out there just tuned into Yamaha land, because that's pretty much all I want to have is Yamaha. My Mariner motor, which I've got manuals for it, but you know, I mean, it's not a whole lot that I'll work on. So, and so I mean to say it's stuff that I'll actually be happy to work on. You know, now it's good, you know, it'd be a good spot to store stuff too, and I'll feel better about working on stuff in there because I know it's going to stay, you know, looked after. Anyway, that's down the road. I don't think we'll be getting the shop done this year. I just don't see it happening. Who knows? But the pickup truck has definitely put a kink in things. That's it's a pretty big thing to get into for 8 years, especially at my age. And I don't share it with anybody. I mean, it's my problem, basically. So I don't have a wife or, you know, kids or anything like that. So, all right, well, I guess I'm going to let you guys go for the moment. Well, I can do this, I guess. I've got to stop this hamburger from cooking now. I need to run the fan, too, because it's getting humid in here, and that I most definitely do not like. The humidity's not good with the black mold, eh? Hey, Blackie, you gotta move, buddy. I don't know why cats do that, but they gotta run in front of you, and then they slow down. They know you're walking behind them. They're looking back like, oh my God, he's gonna run me over. But they immediately slow down so that like you're actually running over them. My cats have done this since, every one of them have done this. Okay. I don't even know if you guys can see that or whether you even care to see it. There. I'm gonna sit down and maybe I'll edit these videos right away. The only bad thing about this really heavy Dutch oven is it is really heavy. And it's not a circle, so I have to kind of, I need to get a round one. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, Paul. Come on. I don't know, I gotta weigh this thing sometime. I'll just put it in like that for now. Well, it looks like I'm going to overfill it. Come on. Just don't want to waste a hamburger. It was a good deal, and I'm really fussy about my hamburger if I buy it from the grocery store because it doesn't taste right to me. Whereas if you buy, you know, grass-fed hamburger from a neighbor or whatever, that's a totally different thing. But this stuff actually smelled right to me, so maybe I just got lucky and there was this batch of hamburger that was grass-fed or something, but it smells right to me. It cooked right to me. The fat looks right to me. It's medium because I don't mind the fat. I drain it anyways, but you know, that nice fat puts the nice flavor into it. But it tastes like proper, which a lot of the time I get this stuff in the store. No, man, it's some nasty shit. I don't know what they put in that stuff, but it's terrible. So this is good. I'll let it drain for a half hour, make sure all the fat is out. I won't use the fat for anything else. Oh, I love that spring water. You guys have no idea. It's one good thing about that well. I was so worried it was going to not turn out well that I forgot the people that are doing the well for me have done it. They're the kings of wells here in this part of Canada. Wilf Hall and Sons. Mark was here. Wilf knew my father. They did the well down for my mom and dad when they were just putting the house up down there. There's something I want to ask you guys. I'm going to stop this video, say goodbye, because I need to ask you guys something. So I'm going to do a separate video for that, okay? So we'll see you later. There's enough talking for now. Not much going on, unfortunately. It's that time of night, and I'm kind of stranded here, okay? Hang on a minute. Well, hang on a minute. See you guys all later.